Hello developers, you are highly welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be building an e-commerce dashboard using just HTML, TailwindCSS, and JavaScript. It's going to be interesting, guys, and you will enjoy this tutorial. This tutorial will help you learn about Tailwind CSS and also modern approach to creating dashboard. So what we are going to do today is going to be very interesting, and you don't need to be a professional in order to understand what we are about to do in this video. Alright, so even if you have not written Tailwind CSS code before now, through this tutorial, you're going to learn how it really works. Alright, so let's take a look at the project we are about to build.
So today we're going to be building this dashboard, and it is very awesome, guys. We'll be using Tailwind CSS, HTML, and JavaScript to create this. Awesome, guys. So it looks very cool. And we have a chart over here. We can preview the sales and the profits. All right. And that is awesome. We also have this checkbox here, the list of item purchased, and that is cool. So we're gonna be learning how to do all of this. Also, we're gonna be creating this map with interactions. We can interact with the map. All right. So this is my country, Nigeria. And we can zoom out. We can go this side where see China, look at India, and that is awesome, guys. That is cool. So we are going to be learning how to create this into this tutorial. Also, we are going to be learning how to add all of these charts into this tutorial. Also, this project it also has a dark mode, and when we refresh, it will always preserve its dark mode. You see the dark mode is being preserved whenever we refresh, and that is awesome. So we're going to be learning how to create all of this today into this tutorial, and that is awesome, guys. Awesome. So look at the dark mode, a light mode, and also it is very responsive. Let's check how responsive it is. And I'm going to bring this down to, let's say, 500. And as you can see, it is very responsive, guys. Very responsive. And look at the sidebar. Awesome. Let's look at the sidebar. So we are going to learn a lot, guys, in this tutorial. You're going to be learning a lot. Then this will help you a lot. So let's go ahead and start coding.
If you are watching this video up to this extent and you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. The best way to say thank you to me for creating these awesome projects, teaching you how to do it, is by subscribing to this channel, and also like this video and write your comment on the comment section. As you do so, YouTube will recommend the video to more and more people. So guys, please go ahead and like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And as you do so, thank you so much. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Let's go.
I'll be using VS Code for the project, and I'll be previewing the code on Firefox browser. So let's go ahead and create a new project. So let's come to here and click on open folder. And let's go to desktop, and I'll click on new folder. Then I'll call the name of the folder server sale. And I'll go ahead, click on create, and hit on open to open it as a root folder. Beautiful. As you can see, it is now open as the root folder. Now let's go ahead and install TailwindCSS. We're going to be using TailwindCSS for this project. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go to the browser and let's search for TailwindCSS.com. And let's click on docs. So here there are instructions here to install Tailwind CSS to our project. So let's go ahead and make use of those options. So first of all, before you can be able to continue with this project and be able to install Tailwind, you need to first of all install Node.js. So just go to nodejs.org, and right here you are going to download. Click on download. You are going to download the latest Node.js version and make use of it. So right here, we can choose whether we want it for Windows or, for Linux and all of that. So we can download Node.js, or you can just search for Node.js download and make use of it. Okay, so let's say, for example, Node.js download, and look at it here. Come over here, you see the same page. So you can go ahead, download Node.js into your project, and let's make use of this Node.js to create a new project. So I already have Node.js installed in my computer. So if you take a look, for me to be able to verify that Node.js is installed in my computer, all I just need to do is to type log-v, and as you can see, I have version 20.15.0 installed in my computer. So go ahead and install it here. All right. You can change to source code to be able to click on this and then install it. We can select the version you want to install over here and install it. So as for me, I'm using version 20, and there is it. So let's go on. The next thing we need to do is to use npm. Immediately you install Node, npm will be available in your computer. So I'm going to say npm init-y. Awesome. So as you can see, this has created a package.json file for me right here.
Let's now go ahead and install Tailwind CSS. So let me expand this so that we can see the instructions very well. All right, so as you can see, the first instruction is that we need to run this npm command. So I'm going to copy that and let's come here and paste it. But before we do that, let me just clear the terminal and let's paste the command and let's click on enter. Beautiful. As you can see, the installation has completed successfully. So let's open the folder. So if you take a look here, you see that a node module folder has been added to our project, and also package.log.json has also been added. So the next command we need to execute is this one. Let's copy it So when we execute this command, it will generate tailwind.config.js for us. So let's run the command. Awesome. As you can see, it has generated tailwind.config.js for us. Now let's keep on going. So it's now telling us here that we need to we need to add this to the contents section. All right. So let's go ahead and add this. Let's copy it. Uh, okay, so I'm going to first of all, okay, let's paste it here first. Okay, sorry, this is, let me copy it once more. Okay, and let's paste it here. All right, so this is adding a trace to every HTML and JS file that is within our SRC folder. Okay, so uh, what I'll just have in my SRC folder is not that much. I'm just going to have only input.css there, but let's continue. So it's saying that we should create SRC folder, and within the SRC folder, we should create input.css file within. So let me create SRC folder here, and within we create input.css. Awesome. So it's now telling us to copy this and paste within the input.css. So let's paste it within. Sorry. Yeah. So that is cool. We have now pasted it within input.css. Now, the next thing is telling us is that we should run this command. Okay. So before I run this command, I would like to go ahead and create another folder. I'm going to call it distributes. There's a dist. So this is where I'm going to be writing my project. So after writing this, all the code here, we can take out this folder and just make use of only it without the rest of the files, and it will work perfectly fine. So you might not understand what I'm trying to say right now, but as we keep on going, you will come to understand that. So this command that is here, this command you're seeing here, I'm going to copy it, and instead of okay, so instead of just running it straight on the terminal, all right, instead of running it straight on the terminal, let me come over to here, and that is, here we are in the, let me hide the terminal first. So here we are in the package.json file. So I'm going to do this. I'll say comma here. So I'm going to just say watch. Okay. And I'm going to paste that command there. But here, I'm now going to use npx here. So right here, we are going to be taking the input from input file we have within our SRC folder, and we're going to be placing it within output file, which will be in the SRC folder. But I don't want my my output folder to be in the SRC folder. I want it to be within the dist folder. All right. Okay. So this will work perfectly fine. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to, as you can see, we don't have any output.css file within dist folder. But when we run this command, it will automatically generate it for us. So let's open the terminal back, and I'm going to now clear the terminal. So right now I'm going to say npm run watch. You see, I gave it a key of watch there. So let's say watch and click enter. Okay, so here it's telling me that you see, it has generated the file, But here now, we also need to add this content here. You see the error is showing me right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this, and let's go ahead and change this to text. And let me close this. Let's close it by using Control C. All right, and let's rerun it again. Okay, so the reason why this error is appearing is that we have not yet make use of any of the CSS, any of the Tailwind. All right, so we need to create a file called index.html here. All right, so let's go ahead and create HTML file, and let's see play here. Okay. Okay, so we have not made use of any of the style. So I'm going to say clear here again. And let me just write H1 here. If you make use of any of the style, let's say hello, uh, let's say please subscribe. And let's make use of, for example, let's say text red. Okay, and that would be cool. Let's go ahead and run this again. As you can see, the error is not appearing because we have started making use of TailwindCSS. Okay, so I want you to go ahead. Let's come to the extension section. There's extension you need to install so that you have some Tailwind suggestions. So it's called Tailwind um, Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. So go ahead and install this uh, extension into your VS Code. As you can see, I've already installed it, and each time I'm typing a Tailwind code here, it will, it will be responsible for giving me all these suggestions you are seeing right here. So go ahead and install that extension, and that's what we're going to be making use of in this project. Okay, so look at it. So I'm going to go ahead, close the terminal so that it's still running. So let's keep on writing our code. So we are done with the configuration, and everything is looking cool right now. So I'm going to close this. Also, we need to do some things here, but for now, let's work on these three files.
Also, go ahead and install another extension called Live Preview. Let's search for it. So look at it here. I've already installed it. Go ahead and install this extension into your VS Code. We're going to be using it to preview our HTML. So immediately you have installed Live Preview into your VS Code, you are going to find this icon whenever you open HTML file. You see, when I open another file that is not HTML, you see the icon has disappeared. Look at this one. It has disappeared. It will only show when we click on HTML file, when we open an HTML file. So to preview this project, I'm going to click on this icon and look at it. It will start previewing. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this and let's move it to the browser. So I'm going to open this browser here. So I'm going to close this one here, and we're going to be using the one on the browser. Awesome. So the next thing we need to do right now, in order for this Tailwind code to apply to this HTML file, we're going to link to this output.css file that is here. So to do that, we are going to use link, and let's change this to output.css. Correct. So as you can see, it has turned to red. And let's say we change the background to BG, let's say black, and immediately we save. You see, is now the background of this element now is black. All right, and that is cool. So we can now make use of TailwindCSS right here. Let's go ahead and change the title of this page to let's see, it sells, we'll say management dashboard. Okay, so the next thing we need to do right now is let's go ahead and add the images we're going to be making use of in this project. So let me create a new folder here within the disk, and let's call it assets. So the files, the images we're going to be making use of here, if we check the description section of this video, you're going to find a link to the images, all the images we're going to be making use of. All right, so go ahead, click on the link and download them. I already have those images here in my computer. All I just need to do is to copy them and paste them into this asset folder. So look at the images we're going to be making use of. So I'm going to first of all highlight all of them. Let me copy it, and let's go to the desktop where I created my project, which is this. So let's click on the project, enter this, and this is the asset folder. And let's paste all the images. So these are the images we're going to be making use of. As you can see, look at them right here in the asset folder. So download the images and make use of them. So in this same asset folder, if you take a look, there is a file called variables.md. This contains the CSS variables we're going to be making use of in this project. So I'm going to go ahead and copy them. And let's come to our inputs. Let's go to inputs.css and let's paste those variables right here. Okay, let me open it again. So it's not copied really well. Okay, so let's come over to inputs.css and paste it. So these are the variables we're going to be making use of. As you can see, they are just RGB values and without commas. If you have commas in between them, it is not going to work this way. All right, it has to be without commas. All right, so I will be using these ones for the light mode, and while we're going to switch, when we switch to dark mode, this will replace what we have here. As you can see, they are all the same keys, UI base, yeah. So this is for light mode and this is for dark mode. The only thing that did not change in the dark mode is the primary, which this is because the primary color is the same both in the dark and the light mode. All right, so let's go ahead and make use of these variables. So the next thing we need to do right now is let's come to our tailwind.config.js. Here we need to declare our colors. All right, so let's come over here inside extent. Let's say colors, and let's define our colors. So first of all, let's say primary, and let's say RGB, and we're going to use the primary. Okay, and we want to say divided by alpha value. So the reason why we are placing alpha value right here. Okay, I'm going to show you why we're placing this alpha value. Let's come back to index.html. Let me show you that. For example, now let's say now that we have declared this primary here, we can now make use of it as a background color or as a text color. So right now, I can now write, let's say, DG primary, okay? And let me refresh. You see that it's now having the primary color. Now, if I want to have some transparency of the, I want to make the color to be some kind of transparent, I can just say underscore, then I'll provide the alpha value. It's ranging from 0 to 100. So I can say the alpha value should be 30, for example. And let me refresh. As you can see, the color is now transparent, which makes sense when we write something like this. And as you can see, this primary we use here is what we declared here, right? So now the next one, let's go ahead and declare the next one, which is the base color. So let's come over here and let's duplicate. And I'm going to change this to base. And let's change the variable name to UI base. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and go to the next one. Let's see, this one is secondary color. Let's change this to UI secondary. Also, next, let's go ahead and let's see accent. And we're going to go ahead and change this one to UI accent. Yeah. Let's duplicate this again. So this one will be for text. Let's see text color. And let's change this to text color, but I'm not going to write it here. I'm going to just say T color. And let's duplicate. Let's say the text new def. Let's say T new def. And let me change this to new def. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and define the next one. Let's say border color. And let's change this to border color. Okay, so if you take a look, all those variables is what we define right here. And that is awesome. Now we can now go ahead and make use of these variables. But before then, let's keep moving. Let's go to the browser and let's get the fonts or one of the netting label. So let me just close all of this. And let's come over here. Let's search for fonts.google.com. And the first font for I'm making use of, let's search for it. It is called Logo. So, and look at it here. Let's click on this. And let's click on Gate Font right here. Now let's go back again. Let's search for the next font. Take a look. The one I added is already added in the cart here. It's already added. So let's go ahead and also add this one by clicking on Get Fonts. You see, it has also been added. It's now 2. Now let's go back again. Okay, I think this 2 is enough for what we are doing. So we have Eta and Robojo. So what we're going to do right now, let's click on Get Embed Code so that we can be able to get the font link. So now that we've clicked on Get Embed Code, let's come down here. As you can see, they have the link right here. Make sure this is on web. As you can see, we have web, Android, iOS, and Pinter. So make sure it's on web and also make sure it's on link. And let's go ahead and click here to copy the link. So I'm going to come back to this project and let's come to the index file and let's comment here. Let's see preview font and let's paste the link we copied. And this is the link we just copied and we've pasted it here. Now let's come to here. After the colors, let's see comma. Let's see font family. Okay. Let's define the font family. So the first one I'm going to define the editor. So I'm going to say limits the value HR. And next one is the robot tool. And this one, I'm going to say that it should have the value of robot tool, but if it is not available, it should use sans array. Also, now we have defined the uh, fonts families or something making the. Now let's go ahead and start making you the then. All right. So before we start making start coding, let's come back to this input dot CSS. Now we need to write some general styles here. All right. And let's come over here. Let's see at layer. Let's place it in the base layer. Okay, so any code that is within the base layer will be written. It can be override by code placed within the component layer. And any code placed within the component layer can be override or what they call override by code placed within utilities. Awesome. So let's write it in the base. So let's say HTML body. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's specify the scroll bar width and the thing. And let's code behavior. Let's say smooth. And let's say scroll bar color. And let's give it a b 6 ECB. And let's say transparent. Next, or let's go ahead and limit overflow hidden. And let's do this above flow wise up also. And now let's apply some classes. So I'm going to give it a background of BG base. Okay. And also let's give it a chest or T color as a chest color we define. And also fonts would be fonts anything that we defined in our tailwind.config.css. So we need to make sure that you installed this this extension called Tailwind CSS Intelligence. This will help you to suggest the Tailwind code as you type. All right, so make sure you install it, guys. So all the things we define here, see, we can make use of it, and as we're writing, it is suggesting it for us. So make sure you install that into your computer. Now we are done with this input file. Now let's come back to here, and let's use it work right here. Okay, so the first thing we need to create here, let's previous, let's remove this, and let's continue. So the first thing we are going to be creating right here is the sidebar. So let's comment. Let's see sidebar start, and let's comment the end of the sidebar so it will end here. So I'm going to use a side to create that, and let's give it some classes. So we're using Tailwind classes. So first I need to make it be fixed, and let's give it a top of 0, and the left let's minus at least 500 feet. So you can increase it, you can use any value you wish to use, but it must not be below, at least it must not be below 400 PU. All right, so I'll tell you why later on. So at minimum width of let's say minimum width of 1024 pixel, it's going to be left 0. All right, so we are making it responsive at the same time. Let's give it a height of full, that is, and let's give it a minimum height screen, like to have 100 default height, and let's give it a width of full, then a mouse note of let's say 400 pixel. Okay, and next let's go ahead and give it let's say at minimum width of 100 pixel, the width should be let's say 350 pixel, and let's give it a background of Benju base, and also let's give it a P4. That is but we're saying here that the pattern should be one ray. As you can see, that is the meaning of P4, P-4. And also let's give it the border color we define, which will be border color. And let's see that at minimal width of 1024 pixel, it should have a border dash right, like the R-2. Yeah. And let's also make it to the flex, and let's make it in the flex column. Okay, so that is left direction in the column, and let's stretch the item by saying items dash stretch, and let's justify the content by saying justify dash space dash between. All right, and let's give it a transition dash or, and let's give it integration dash 500, and that is cool. Okay, so for now, if we expand this to be more than 1024 pixels, you see the sidebar right here. Take a look at it. Okay, so let's go keep on going. So what we need to do next is let's create the we're going to call that let's comment within it, and let's call it sidebar of start, and let's comment the top in here. Now within this, I'm going to create flex, and let's make sure that the items is at the center by saying item dash center, and also justify dash between. And the first thing I'm going to create within this is the logo. So let's say I'm going to create a div. Let's say flex, and let's see items dash center, and let's see gap dash one. So it's saying the gap will be 0.25 brand there, and let's also give it the text dash to observe. Awesome. Now we are going to be using an icon as logo. So let's go and grab the icon we're going to be using. The icon library we're going to be using in this project is called Lucid icon. So let's search for lucid.bed. Let's go ahead and click on packages, and we're using it in JavaScript code here. So let's click on guide, and right here we have the link to Lucid icon here. So let me just copy this link. Let's come to our project. I'm going to be adding the link to Lucid right before the closing body tag. So let's paste it here. All right. And the next thing we need to do is that we need to initialize it. So to initialize it, let me just copy this. I'm going to create our JS file within this. So I'm going to say, let's call it app.js. So right here, I am going to initialize use it. Okay. And let's come back to our HTML file. So I'm going to be adding that file right here, which is app.js. Okay. And let's go ahead and initialize by having this code right here. So now we can make use of usage icon. So to do that, you just have to create an I tag and pass this attribute and the name of the icon you want to add to it. So let's come to here. Let's click on icons. Now here you can search for the icon you want to add, any of the icon you want to add. So I'm going to search for the icon, and this is the one I want to add. So click on it, and right here you can see the name of the icon, and then click on here to copy the name. All right. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to see data dash lucid, and I will paste the name of the icon here, and that is it. Okay. So let's come back here now and let's refresh. Okay, so let's expand it so that we can actually see it, the sidebar. So look at it here. It's already here. So let's go ahead and define creating it. So let's just squeeze it so that we'll have enough space. So let's go ahead and give this icon last name of text dash primary, and let's see the size with the size dash 8. Awesome. Now let me hide the sidebar. Now the next thing we need to do is after this icon, let's use h1 and let me give it some class. I'm going to say font will be semi-bold, that is font dash semi-bold, and the font family will be font dash enter. Awesome. And let's write the name. Then you span here. Let's give it a class of text dash primary, and I'm going to say so, and let's close this so that it will be close to each other. Action. Now after creating this, let's come out of this div and let's come over here and create we're going to create something else here, but later on we'll come back and do that. So let's go to the next section, and this section will be sidebar label start and sidebar rotate. Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to create a div to contain the video, and let's give you some classes. So first of all, I'm going to say flex dash 1 so that it will occupy any remaining space. Okay. And the next is, let's give it a margin top of empty dash 8, and let's give it a border. Yeah. And also let's go ahead and give it border, the border color. Okay. Would be, let's say, border dash border color, and I want only this thing to happen on the bottom part of it, so I'm just going to see border dash B, and let's give it overflow dash hidden and overflow Y dash auto. Okay, overflow dash y dash auto. So if it is overflowing on the y-axis, it will show the scroll bar and can be overflow or what's it called, can be scrolled. All right. So next is let's create the routes. So I'm going to use anchor tab and I'm going to give it some classes. So sorry for this, I'm going to come over here. Before we start giving it classes, let me create this first. So data lucid. I already know the names of the icons I want to make use of. So you can just come to lucid and search for the icon you want to make use of. Well, I already know them. So in order to save time, I'll just go straight, write a name. Okay. And let's see history. And we're going to give it text dash RG. And let's write here, let's say dashboard. And after this, I'm going to create a div here and then give it margin left dash auto. So let's come to this one and let's give it a class. So the class I'm going to give this, let's make it flex items also dash center, and let's give it gap dash 2 and pattern top and pattern bottom, that is dy dash 2, and pattern left and right, that is ex dash 4, and let's transition it to transition or that transition dash all, and let's say a text should be text dash text color, and on over we are going to create we're going to change the color of this text. Let's make the text to be rigid here. Please rigid. Okay. And we need to say that on over we change the color to text dash text color. Let's round it. Let's border radius. Let's use a border radius of rounded dash ND, and the background should be BG dash secondary. Well, sir, this makes a lot of sense, guys. So, what we're going to do right now is let's take a look at it first before we proceed. So, look at it. This is cool, guys. This is cool. Now, the next thing we need to do is in fact, let's just change this to, let's remove this and let's only have text color outside. So we have text color and that makes sense. So now let's go ahead and create the next one. So I'm going to just comment. Let's comment here. Tab start. Tab period. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one and press paste it. So for the second one, let's go ahead and give it. I'm going to just call it charts. Then we'll see charts here. Okay, charts, and let's change the icon to message cycle right. Okay. And here, I'm going to provide it within here. That is the count of the chats or the messages. So I'm going to give it size dash 4 and text dash sm and also bg dash red 600 and text dash white, and also let's see place items dash center justify dash center, and let's make it cycle by using rounded dash full also. And this is how it looks like currently. This is how it looks like currently. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come over here. Let's remove this bg dash secondary. We are also we're going to add that only when and over. Then we're going to say bg dash secondary. Also for this text color, let's change this to text eject, and on over, then we're going to say text dash text color. Pause. So look at it right now. You see it. It makes a lot of sense right now because this only happens on an over. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to give it some margins. All right, so right here, let's say margin top button should be -3, and let's come back here also and let's add that right here in y-3 also, and let's take a look at it once again. So you see it makes sense this way. So let's go ahead and duplicate this one. So I'm going to copy this and send it duplicate. So let's make changes to this. So I'm going to, first of all, I don't need this counter here. Okay. I don't need that. And I'm going to change this from charts to now need this. And let's change this to let's change it to something like chart column. Let's say start. Okay, that is awesome. So if we take a look at this now, see how it looks like. Okay, awesome. Now let's duplicate one of let's copy this again, the analytics, and let's paste here. So for this analytics, I think let me just move this, and let's come over to after the dashboard. Let's paste it here. Okay, so this will now be the second one. Instead of chart being the second one, this one I'm creating right now will now be a second one. And I'm going to call it true dots. Okay. And right here on this second one, we need to treat it because it's going to be in drop down. So let me just wrap it up within level. Let's see levels, and let's clear up this, and let's move it into the level. Also, because this is going to be a drop down, I need to change this from A to D. Okay. Awesome. Now, what we're going to do here is that we're wondering create an input right here. And let's say checkbox. And I want to give it a class of here. We need to use it to get to what we're about to be now, to the drop down. Okay, so what I'm going to do after pairing this, first of all, let's come over here. Let's come over here. And we need to do something here. Let's just see margin, left order. And right here, let me just add this icon. That's a drop down icon by saying data receive. And let's say chevron dash done. Okay. So this is how this looks like. Although we're going to hide this very soon. But one good thing you need to know is that when I click here, I can be able to use this to toggle the checkbox. And I click to toggle on and off. All right. So that is awesome. Now, the next thing we need to do is this. We need to go over here. Let's add a cursor. Set bunch of because okay. So the next thing we need to do is let's go ahead and change this icon. See something else. Since it's product we're talking about, let's see package dash search. Awesome. Now let's come down here and create the drop. So the drop is this. We're going to give it a div and let's give it some classes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to give it a max height of 0 and also overflow of feeding. And let's give it transition. Let's just see transition. And let's say is in out. And let's give it a duration dash 500. And next, we are going to see that we're chaining into this pair here. All right. So what this does is that we can use it to we can use this pair to check the state of this input, whether it is checked or not. All right, so we're going to say that if that pair, remember this guy is within, is a sibling to the pair. All right, so is a sibling to it, and because it's a sibling to it, it will be able to work together with it. So what we're going to do is I want to say if pair dash checked, we are going to change the max height of this. Let's change the max height to, let's just say something like 200 pixels. We also need to say that overflow y auto, so that we can scroll it if it is overflowing in the y axis. So we're going to see this in action right now. Let's come over here. I'm going to create a div again, and let's give it d-2. And right here, let me just come over to here. Let's come over here, and let's copy this tab. Let's copy this tab, or let me just copy this one so that this one is easier to edit. This for analytics. So right within here, I'm going to paste it, and let's change this to add. Let's call it add products, and let's go ahead and change this to something like what do we change it to now? Let's say diamond dash plus. Okay, awesome. Now what we need to do now is let's go and view it. Though we're about to come back to let's change this to this so that it will fit perfectly well into what we want. But first, let's take a look at it. So as you can see, let me refresh. As you can see, this is check right now. If I uncheck, you see, it hides what is below this product. And if it is checked, it will show. All right, it will show the add product. You see it? That is, guys, that is awesome. You see it? Awesome. So we just created a drop down without even using JavaScript. And that is cool. If you are learning to use Tailwind CSS, please make sure you learn how to use vanilla CSS first. Because if you know how to use CSS very well, using Tailwind will be very fun and it will be a lot creative. All right. So let's go ahead and hide this checkbox. We need to hide it, but we're not going to hide it by saying hidden, which is display none. If you do that in some browsers, it might not work because it is hidden. It is display none. So we're going to find a possible way of hiding it without using display none. So to do that, first of all, let's give it opacity of 0, which should make it invisible. And that is not enough. Let's still make it invisible, which is visibility hidden. That is, this stands for visibility hidden. All right. Also, let's make sure that the width is 0 and the height is 0. Also, let's position it to the absolute. We're just making sure that it is hidden. And let's give it a top of minus 999 pixel so that it will be hidden no matter what. So right now, that checkbox is hidden, but it is still working. All right. All right. So you see, it is checked now. It is unchecked. You see it? Awesome. That makes sense. Now, let's call here and style this subroute, this add product. So first of all, this add product, I don't want to have this background on it. So I'm going to remove the background. Okay. And again, when it's being hovered, I don't want this color to be there. I want it to be text primary. And the next thing I want to do is that I want to reduce the font size of this to text-sm. Awesome. Now, let's see. You see it? When I over it, all right, so look at it. When we hover over it, it's supposed to be the text dash primary. Oh, sorry, this is a mistake. It should be text dash primary. Awesome. So let's take a look at it. Okay. And we refresh. And can you see that when you hover over it, it will be a primary color. And that is cool. All we just need to do right now is to duplicate this. So let's duplicate and edit. So for the second one, I'm going to say manage. Let me just change this out to manage. Okay. And let's change this to, let's call it square dash then handbar. Awesome. Now let's paste again. And let's change this to, let's change it to something else, like we can call it sales. Okay. And let's change the icon to the cent. And let's add something here. I'm going to use span. And let's see margin left auto. so that it will be on the right side. I'm going to write new here, and let's go ahead and give it keyword dash. So padding top and bottom is bits is that. So then pxs as padding left and right is -2, and rounded dash rd, that border radius, and bg dash primary, which is our primary color, and text dash white, and text dash ss. Awesome. Now let's take a look at how it looks like on the browser. You see it? This is good. This is good. So we can close this by clicking here. We can hopefully close. See, we just created a drop down without using any JavaScript, just pure TailwindCSS, and that is awesome. So we are done with the middle. So let me start scrolling from where the middle starts. So this is the top. Let me squeeze the top. Now this is where the sidebar middle starts, and let's scroll down. Okay. And this is where it ends. Now, sorry, this is where it ends. This is it here. So now let's come down here and let's create another one. I'm going to call it sidebar bottom start, and let's duplicate this. Okay, so we're going to create the button here. So I'm going to just create a div. We're done this div. The first thing, let's create this container, and I'm going to give it a border -b, and I'm going to say we should have border. The border color is now that border dash border color. Awesome. Now, right here, we are going to have almost the same thing we have here. So let's just copy this tab. Let's copy the tab and let's come over here and paste it. It's the same thing. Okay. All we just need to do is to change this to setting. Okay. And let's change the icon also to settings. Okay. Awesome. Now, what we need to do next is we need to duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate. Let's paste again. Okay, and I'm going to change this one to let's see here. Okay, and let's change this to something like find happy. It's there. Awesome. Now after this, we need to create another container down here. So I'm going to say flex, and let's make sure that it has a gap of -4, and let's go ahead and create a div that is a profile container by saying size -8 overflow -hidden. Then let's give it rounded -full. Awesome. The next thing we need to do is let's create an image tag there, and let's search for let's go trace our profile picture, which is inside assets folder. Okay. Now after this, we need to come over here and let's create a div. So within this div, I'm going to create h4, and let's give it a class of text -sn, and I'm going to say some, let's just call the first thing Emmanuel, right there. And after that, let's create paragraph. Let's give it a class of science dash sx and text dash text needed. And let's write manager, right? Manager. Now after that, let's create another div. So this div, we're going to give it class of margin left dash auto transition dash odd and text dash text needed, and let's give it to hover or text dash text color, and within let's create an icon called beta. Let's say beta lucid, and let's say chibra dot. Awesome. Okay, so we have successfully created this sidebar, and look at how it looks like. This is awesome, guys. This is good, and it makes sense. So let's go ahead and create the logic that will make it to appear on the on smaller screen. All right. So, but for now, let's first of all create the main container, and we'll create the navbar within the main container and be able to create the mini button that would be using to toggle it. Awesome. First, before I continue, let's come back to the beginning of the sidebar. I'm going to squeeze it here so that we can be seeing everything. So I'm going to create main here, and let's say main start, and let's say main end here. Awesome. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to create a main container, and let's give it some class. So first of all, we're going to display it to be grid, and we're going to give it a grid colon colon 1. Okay, but anything from screen size of let's see, screen size of, okay, let me just complete it off. Maybe we'll see the suggestion, but anything screen size from 768, right? We are going to say that the grid colors will be this. I'm going to say that the first column should have auto, while the second column should have 300 pixels. Awesome. So which means the first column will occupy whatever remaining space after 300 pixels has taken its place. All right. So at a minimum rate of 768 pixels, that's when this will start occurring. Now, the next thing we need to do is, let's say, RG PR dash paddle left. Okay, so for the paddle left, we are going to say 250 pixels so that it will give gap from the sidebar. Its sidebar will not cover it up. All right, that's why we did this. Now, let's let me just squeeze this number. Now within it, we're going to create two columns. We're going to create two columns using section. But first of all, let me just say column 1 start and column 1 end. And let's duplicate them all. So I'm going to say column 2 here. And let me change this to 2. So for this one, first one, I'm going to say section here. Awesome. And for the column 2, let's also see section. Now, let's focus on the column 1. Let's give it a P-4 card at minimum width of 768. You should have the padding bottom of there's a PB-16. Now let's go inside this and create. First of all, what I'm going to create on the first column is the navbar. So let's see navbar start and navbar end. So let's create a navbar right now. Let's see nav, right? Nav, and let's give it some classes. So let's just say that it should be flex, items, dash center, justify dash between, and it should also be fixed on mobile, and it should have top dash 0, left dash 0, and it should have z index dash 20, and width dash full times 100% width, and the bin background should be bg dash base, and padding top and bottom py dash 2, and left to right is x dash 4. And next, we are going to see that s here p dash, we're eliminating all the patterns right here. So we're saying that from minimum width of 640 pixels, all the patterns should be 0 pixels. And that is awesome, guys. We're going to see that in Infelt very soon. Also from 640 pixels, minimum width of 640 pixels, the displays the position should be static. As you can see, by default it is fixed, but anything from 640 pixels upward is going to be static. Also, now let's go into this. Now the first thing I'm going to create is the logo. So before we create the logo, let's just create this and let's say overview. All right, so this overview will only show on a bigger screen, on a large screen. All right, so I'm going to first of all give it a font dash semi-bold, and let's delete the text dash sheet Excel, and also let's give this 2D. So by default it is hidden until we encounter 1024 pixels, then we display a block. So at minimal width of 1 counting 84 pixels, it will be displayed. Now the next thing is let's display the logo. But I've already created the logo before, so let me just come back to there. So you see here at the top, look at it here. So I'm going to just copy this. We see the logo within the sidebar of, and let me go ahead, screen this again, and then it paste it here. So this logo, I'm not going to show it on a large screen. All right, it's going to be hidden on a large screen. So I'm going to see either here. This level, it will be hidden, and that is awesome, guys. That is cool. So now that we are done with that, this is the start of the logo. This is the end. So let's create a div here. So it's good. Let's give it a class of flex, and let's say items dash center, and let's give it gap dash 4, and we are going to now create the team toggle right here. Team toggle, Okay. Forward. This is the start of the team table. So to create a team table, we're going to use label, and let's download this. So first, I'm going to create an input and give it checkbox. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and create two icons. So the first icon is going to be the sun. Okay, let's give it some styling. Okay, so I'm going to say the classroom is actually sun, right? But there's no need of doing with having this here. We can just go ahead and say that lander full, and let's go ahead and give the p-1, and also we are going to do this. Let's pair it to this. So we're going to add pair here. All right. So we're going to see here that if that includes here dash checked, okay. If okay, let's say if it is not checked by doing this, if the dash, okay, let's say not, then if it is not checked, all right, not checked, then we are going to give it with bg dash primary, okay. And I'm going to still copy this, and if it is not checked, we are going to give it text dash white. Awesome. Can you see here? Let me refresh. So it is not checked. Now let's check it. You see, when we check it, it doesn't have that background. But if it is not checked, it will have the background and the color. And that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So let's create the next button. I'm just going to duplicate this. Let's change this one to null. So the thing I'm going to do here is that I'm going to change this to if it is checked. So if it is checked, this should occur. And then you change this one also to checked. Okay, awesome. And you see that. So if it is checked, the more we get the styling in the refresh. If it is checked, the more we get the styling. If it's not checked, the sun will get the styling. And that is awesome, guys. Okay, so now we need to hide this shape box, but we're not going to use hidden, which is display none, because if we use that in some browsers, it's not going to work. So we want it to work in all browsers. We want cross-browser compatibility. And what we need to do is let's hide it this way. Let's say opacity 0. And also let's make sure we'll make it invisible. And let's give it a width of 0 and a height of 0. And let's go again and let's make it position absolute. And let's say top, or let's say minus 999 pixel. I think that is awesome, guys. So this is what we have here. All right, so let's go ahead and start the label by giving it a class. So make it flex items dash center gap dash 3 cursor dash pointer bg dash secondary and rounded dash full and EY that's pattern top and bottom will be dash 2 pattern left and right -3. Awesome. And let's see, take a look at this and see how it looks like. So you see how this looks like, and that is awesome, guys. So we're going to write the JavaScript code that will switch the theme from light mode to dark mode and from dark mode to light mode later on. So let's keep on going. Later we'll write the logic. For now, let's keep going. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put let's see, let me create the notification. So I'm going to just give it the class of relative, and let's create an icon here, and let's give it a name. Let's say data on the seed, let's say bell, and let's create it dots by using span, and let's give it some class. I'm going to give it a display of block and size -2. Also, let's give it a background of bg-red-500, and let's say rounded -full, so that it should be circle, and let's display it as absolute, and say top -0, and also right -0. Awesome. Now, can you see that? We refresh. Let's see how it is right now. Now, after that, let's come over here. What we're gonna create here right now is the menu button. But before we create the menu button, let's come to our aside, which is the sidebar. So right before the sidebar, let's create an input here. Let's give it checkbox, and let's give it an ID of toggle sidebar. All right. So with that ID, we're going to create the menu button. So let's create a label, and it will be for the toggle sidebar. And within here, let's create an icon. See, it's how let's see. Let's say menu. Awesome. Now let's give it a class of cursor -pointer block, and let's see that it should be hidden on bigger screen, because we don't want the sidebar will be displayed automatically on a bigger screen. All right. So you see, let's refresh this first. We have this checkbox right here, and when we click on this sidebar, you see, because we change it using the ID of this input, this checkbox input, we change it the label with that input using the ID name. This will now be able to control the inputs. It can be able to toggle it on and off when you click on it. All right, so let's come up here to the sidebar. So what we just need to do here in the sidebar before we continue, let's first of all configure this input. All right, so I'm going to just give it a class of here. Okay, so now what we need to do here in our sidebar is that we need to say that if it is checked, appear is checked. All right, we're going to give it a length of 0. All right, and also let's make sure that the Z index is bigger than the nav bar in Z index. So let's say Z index 50. All right, so you see what we click here, you see the sidebar comes in. Awesome. You see when we click again, it goes. When it is checked, it comes in. When it is unchecked, it goes out. And that makes a lot of sense. So the next thing we need to do is to hide this, and let's give it opacity 0, and let's give it invisible as so. Let's make sure that the width is 0 and the height is 0, and let's also give it absolute, and let's see top minus 999 pixel. Okay, and that makes sense. Okay, so you see we're able to create this without even using single JavaScript code. All right, we're able to create the sidebar, the drop down in the sidebar. We're able to create all of this without any single JavaScript code. Also, I want to add the close button here so that when the sidebar comes in, when we close it, when we click on it, it will close, because there's some extent where the sidebar will close the whole screen. All right, so what I'm going to do here in the sidebar tab, after the logo, let's create a label here, and let's change it to toggle sidebar, and let's give it some class. But before we continue writing the class, let's hit this icon. Let's see data, let's see it, let's see S, and let's now go ahead, style it. I'm going to see size dash for it. Let's see flex item dash center, justify dash center, and rounded dash full, and cursor dash pointer, and p dash c. Also, let's say bg dash secondary, and hover. On hover, we're going to change the ground dash secondary all over if it, and we're going to hide it in the bigger screen. All right, because the sidebar will be showing in bigger screen by default. All right, look at it. So you see, when we click on this, it will hide the sidebar, and that is awesome. So we see, wow, this is great. Now on the bigger screen, we will not have the menu bar, and we also will not have the close button. That is cool. All right, let's go to the next session. So we are done with the sidebar. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze this. Also, right here, we are done with the nav bar. So let's go ahead and squeeze this. And after the nav bar, let's go ahead and create the, let's call it statistic start, and let's indicate the end. Next, I'm going to say we are going to give it a class. Okay, so I'm going to give it, let's say MD, and let's say border, and let's give it a border color, and let's say MD E-4, and let's say rounded dash LG, and we are also going to indicate margin top of dash MT-20, and SM energy top dash 6. Also, now let's come into within it, and right here we're going to create a grid container, and let's give it sn create columns dash create quotes dash 3, and let's give it count dash 2. So it's going to be 3 colon on a big box. So let's see, create the box task, and let's see box end here. All right. So within this, let's create div, and then give it some class. So for this, I'm going to say p-4 and rounded dash lg. Also, let's give it transition dash o, and let's give it bg dash accent, and let's make it transparent. Also on over, let's see bg dash accent divided by 15, and let's give it shadow dash lg. Also, now let's create h4. Let's give it some class, and we're going to say text dash text widget and text dash left, and let's write tutor customer here, and next let's say margin top dash 2, and let's give it lg dash flex items dash center and justify dash between, and got dash 4 also. Now within this, let's create h1, and let's say the class would be font dash bold. Also, let's give it the text dash large. Okay, lg, and let's say 67,904, and let's create a paragraph. Let's give it a class of text dash red dash 500 and text dash sm, and let's see loss 4.50% also. So I'm going to copy this here, and let's paste it 2 times and edit. So we have 3 of them right now, as you can see. There are 3. So let me edit the second one. Let me start by changing the background color to primary here. And let's see primary. Is next. Let's go ahead and change this to total revenue. And let's go ahead and put $sign here. And let's say 939. And for the percentage, let's change it to something like 9.1 here. And the next thing we need to do, let's change this one to total income. Let's change the background to something like green dash 300, and change also this to green dash 300. Okay, so let's change this value to let's say 1.500 m, and let's say plus 12.0%, and that is cool. Awesome. You see it? This makes sense this way. Okay, so that is it for this part. Okay, so after this cards container, let's go ahead and create a div here, and I'm going to give it margin top. Let's say empty-8, and let's create div here. We're going to say flex, and let's say items dash center justify dash between, and I'm going to create h3, let's say revenue analytics. Okay, and let's create flex, let's say items dash center and geogab dash pop, and let's create a button. So let's say class, let's say bg dash transparent, and let's say border, and that border color, and let's say rounded dash full, and text dash sx, and text dash text images, and also on hover we change it to text color, and let's give it transition. Also, now let's change let's write a week here, and we're going to save, let's duplicate and make changes. So for the second one, I'm going to say large, and for the third, I'm going to see yay. Awesome. Now we are done with that. So the next thing we need to do is after this one, let's come over here, and we're going to create, let's see, NY dashboard, and let's go ahead and say P, and we're going to go inside, and let's see text dash RG, and text dash use text widget, and let's call it income. Yeah. And what we're gonna do next, let's create the flex, and let's say items dash center dash pull, and let's say each one, and I'm going to just include this price. Yeah, and let's try this. So let's say font dash semi bold, and let's say text dash origin. All right, and the next thing we need to do is let's create a paragraph. Let's give it some class. So I'm going to say text dash green 500 dash 500, and let's say text dash sm, and let's write plus 3.0%. Say plus right. Also, now after this, let's come over here, and let's create paragraph again, and let's say text dash sx, and text dash text widget, and let's see, total income this week. Awesome. So take a look at this. It's success. Yeah. So the next thing we need to do after this is let's come down here and we're going to create larger, let's see, there's. So right here, I'm going to create canvas. Within this canvas, we're going to be rendering a chart. And the chart we're going to be using today is the charts.js library. Okay, so let's search for charts.js right here. All right, so let's see charts.js. We're going to go to chartjs.org. So from here, we are going to get a link for the charts.js and we make use of it. Okay, so right here, let's click on get started. And if you take a look, let's click here. Let's click on installation. Okay, so let's just click on this get started. All we just need is to get this link, which is the CDI link of chart.js, and let's come to the bottom. So after the Lucid link, let's paste it before our own custom JS file. Sorry. Let's come over here, and for this canvas, let's give it an ID, and also after giving it an ID, we are going to write some JavaScript code. So let's see revenue dash charts, that will be the ID. Also, let's provide some inline styles. So let's say that the height will be 300 pixels, and also the width will be 100%. Awesome. Beautiful. Now, let's go to our JavaScript file, and we're going to select that. Okay, so our custom JavaScript file is here. Let me close some of this. So let's comment. Sorry. Let's say revenue chart here. Okay. So what we need to do here, let's say cost. We might not even need to. Okay, let's just select the chart and make use of it directly, and I think that will be fine. All right. So what we need to do right now is we first of all need to create the data we are going to be using. Let's say revenue data. Okay. So for the data, we're going to create the labels. Okay. So the label will be this. We are going to use the days. So we'll have the Monday and the Tuesday, the Wednesday, after the Saturday, and also let's say the Sunday. Let's add the sun. Awesome. This is Hona. So after we are done with the labels, let's create the data sets. Okay, so we're doing here in the data sets. Let's create the first data set. We're going to be having two data sets. So let's label the first data set, which will be for sales. And the data is going to be using this. So let's just create some random data that is going to be using. And or let's say the set, let's say 11, let's say 20, and this is hopefully like this. So let's give it some background color. I'm going to use an RGB here. So the background color, let's swap for 1 and 110, maybe 335, and let's see 0.this also. And let's set command here and go ahead and to say this level, and let's see office, and let's give it to data. Here we go. So right here, let me just see 4 or 10, and then let's see 10, 18, and let's see another 10, and then let's see something like 18 is 5, and also let's specify the background color. It can be RGB, and what we're going to say is 34, 197, and 94. Also, let's say 0.4. Also, now that is cool. Now the next thing we need to do is let's create the options. So let's say we're the new chart options. So for these options, first of all, I want to say that the responsiveness, let's say responsive, let's make it false. It's so that it will use the responsiveness we defined in the canvas. So the skills are for the text, you need to hide the degree in things like, I'm going to say for the X, we're not hiding the degree line, that just beneath a color. So let's say RGBA, and then I am going to say 229 here. So 231 and 235. Also, let's say 0.4. What robot should be next? Let's see why. And I'm going to say it should begin at 0. That is the content should begin from 0 on the y-axis. And let's say 2. And let's hide the grid by saying display. Let's say none. Folks. Okay. That is awesome. Now after this plugin, after the skills, we are going to add the login. Let's see, log is. All right, plugins, and right here in the plugins, let's hide the legend. Let's hide it by saying display first. Yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is let's give it some kind of bar heat thickness. Let's say if we can, and let's give it a border width, sugar, and let's be a border color RGB, let's say the border color should be transparent. Let's make it transparent. And the next thing we're going to do is the border radius or border radius. Let's make it 0. Okay, let's make it 10. I mean to say. Okay, awesome. Now, what we need to do now is to pass this to the related class we created. So what you need to do is, let's see, we are going to come over here. Let's see here, charts. Then here in the new charts, the first one we need to do is to select the let's integrate element the ID. Let's select the where we need charts. Where they need branch chart. The next, here we're going to specify the type, which will be bar. And after the type, we need to specify the data, all right, and also the option. Okay, so I'm going to say the data will be, let's say data will be revenue data. Now the options will be options. The options will be revenue chart options. That is cool. So let's take a look at this. Let's refresh first. And it's not yet added. So what we would do down is, let's come over here. And hope this is correct. Yeah. Okay, so what would be the problem there? Okay, I understand. The problem here. Again, let's open the terminal, what you call also here. And let's take a look at it. There seems not to be any problem. Okay, thanks. Okay. Let's refresh once more. So this is supposed to show, but it's not showing. So let's just find the fault. Okay, let me try this. Let's say cost CTX. Let's say it's equal to this. And let's pass in CTXL. There's cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, all right. So it's I think it's rendering right now. Let's refresh this. Okay. The rendering. Yes, so I think we need to come over here and let's make sure. Let's get the problem. Okay, see the problem we have here is just we are missing to add S here. Awesome. As you can see, as I just added the S, it's supposed to be labels, not just label. All right. So it's supposed to be labels. And as you can see, it's now working perfectly fine. Awesome, guys. This is cool. All right. This is awesome, guys. So the next thing we need to do is let's add data for the Sunday. Okay. So let's say for the Sunday, let's say 19 here. And right here, let's say 17. Also, this is cool, guys. This is awesome. So we are done adding the charts, our charts.js, and take a look at it again. We have the data, we have the options, and that is awesome, guys. So we just render it here, and that is cool. So the next thing we need to do is let's go back to our index.html. Here in the index.html, let's come up here and we will wrap the statistic. All right. Look at where it started. This is where statistic started. Let's end it here. Wrap it. So the next thing we need to do is let's say purchase starts and purchase end. Okay, so we need to output the transaction tables here. So first I'm going to create a div. Okay, so let's say empty-8, and we are going to create a flex. I'm going to make sure that the items is in the center. Let's say justify dash between, and within it, let's use h1, and let's give it a title of transactions. Okay, so after that, let's create a flex, and let's say items dash center. Also, let's say that dash 2 and text dash sn, and within this, let's say show all, and let's create an icon here. Let's say that child is seed. Let's say max 3 maximize dash 2, and let's say class size dash 4. Also, that is cool. That is awesome, guys. So look at what we have here right now. I'm going to come after this. Let's come here. And right here, we are going to create a div nt-4, and let's give it some border class. Let's give it border, and let's see border color, and let's see rendered dash org, and overflow dash hidden, and that is cool. So let's see tailor here. So let's see class only dash full, and there's dash hl. So with the table, within this table, let's create the head, the table head. And within the table head, let's create a G app. So let's be this from class, and I'm about to say text dash origin, and text dash left, and let's say bg dash secondly. And what we will do next is we're going to create theme page. All right. We're going to create not just one TH. We're going to create multiple CH, like you all about 6 5 of them. So let's say class here, and let's say P dash 2. Okay, I would forget this. And right in this first pH, we're going to create a custom a custom checkbox. So let's say inline dash this. Okay, and let's say items dash center. So we are creating a custom checkbox within the first CH. Now we want to create a label, and let's use this. I'm going to create an input, and let's give it a type of checkbox. And now let's tag it. So first, make it a class. Let's give it h-5. It's that would be dash width dash 5. And let's see cursor dash find 0. And let's see transition dash 4. And let's see adherent dash node and rounder. And let's see shadow. And let's see on oval. Let's see shadow dot end border, and let's see border dash border color a shape. I'm going to change it down to BG primary, and also let's see shape. I'm going to change the border colors to border dash and also, and that is cool. And also, now let's go ahead and add a jet here, and then that is cool. So begin here, let's click to scan, and here I give it a class of absolute and folks dash white, and also let's give it opacity dash 0. Let's see here dash check. So when it's a check, I want to see opacity dash 100. Yeah, and let's give it a top dash, let's say 1 divided by 3. So what this means is this: we are giving it a 50%. What it means. It's also left. Let's give it 1, 2, and let's transply. And also translate, transform, translate, translate x. I'm going to say 1 divided by 3, and let's translate y. Let's see 1 divided by 3, which is also the same. Awesome. So within this span, I'm going to use an SVG for the check mark. So if you check the asset folder you downloaded, you see this check.svg. So we're going to copy this SVG, and let's come back. and paste it again. That's fine. Also, and let me scroll up and refresh, and you see when we click, okay, there's video is not yet showing. We need to, okay, let's refresh again. It be, okay. Okay, so let's come over here, and we are going to, let me give this an ID. Example, I'm going to give this an ID, or let's see, check one. Okay, and we are also going to, yeah, okay, so the transformation here, it's okay, so I expect this to work perfectly fine. Okay, so what we need to do, let's come over to this. In order to align this very well, let's give this some classes below. So we need to give it a relative, and with this relative, you see it here. You can now see the check mark, and also let's give it legs, and let's say items dash center, and let's say justify dash center and cursor dash pointer, and that is cool. So look at it. We've created these check box within the first TH. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and add a content to the remaining TH. So this, I'm going to say customer on the second TH. Like I said, customer. Here, let's improve. And here, let's see bit. And also here, let's see statuses. And lastly, let's see caption. Okay. Also, for this bit, this one, I'm going to hide it on mobile, and anything from 640, minimum width of 640, we're going to display to the block. The same thing goes to action. So let me just copy this and place it here for the action. That was cool. So let me refresh this. As you can see, the date and the action is not showing here right now. Now let's go into, before we go into JavaScript, let's go into here. So I'm going to create a T body, and we're going to give it an ID of transaction. Let's say transaction dash body. Also, that is cool. Now let me copy this ID, and we'll come to our JavaScript and write the main code. So let's come over here and let's see transaction. So for the transactions, I'm going to create some JSON that is going to contain the list of transactions. So let's say transactions. Okay, and we are going to add the first one. Let's give it a status of 1, and let's write the name of this. Let's making a transaction. let's say a manual in the year, and let's add the image. So we'll trace the image in our asset folder, and then for say user one dot jpg. Look at it here. All right. Now let's trace. Let's say the product name. The product will be, let's see, first work, and the next thing I want to do is let's say date, and let's say the date dot let's say dot to local date. If it's a local date strength, awesome. Now let's add my here, and we're going to duplicate this up to 4 times. Okay, so it's one out. I'm going to make changes to it right now. So let's go to the second year. I'm going to give you the status, the second one. I'll give you the status of 2. The name will be Jets, and the profile will be 2. You will, let's see, the name of the product will be blurred out. And let's go to the next one. Let's leave the status at 1. And let's change the name suite. Okay. And let's choose 2 here. And let's see, you are going to give the name of the product. Let's say a core butter. Okay. And let's give this one a status of 0. The last one, which is the number 4. And let's see, and then this Daniel testing. Let's say user. Okay, this one I change this one to user 3. Let's change this one to user 4. And let's change the name of the orders. And let's see, wavelength. Awesome. Now, what we will do next is let's output these transactions to be transaction body that is within our table. So I'm going to say transactions here. Let's look through it using for each. So we are going to get the data, and let's this. We are going to return the following, but look at how I'm going to do that. We are going to say document dot get element by ID, and it will be called transaction body, and that is the name of the ID for this. So transaction body also. Okay, so we are going to say insert adjacent. Let's see, adjacent or HTML. Okay, insert adjacent HTML, and right here we are going to see before and. Okay, and let's use backtick here, and we're going to write our HTML code within this backtick. Okay, so I'm going to create a tr in row. Okay. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to create is, let's say, td. and let's delete the class or e dash 0. So we're using Tailwind here also. So we're going to create these rows. But for now, I'm going to add the custom checkbox we created here. So let's come back to here and look at the custom checkbox. I'll just copy it. It starts from here and squeeze it, and I'll copy it. So let me come back here and paste it within here, within the first row, the first column, that the first row data. Okay, that is awesome, guys. Cool. Now you can see it that all of them, you see, they are where. Okay, and we can click there. All right. So let's go to the second table data. So for the second table data, I'm going to give it flex and items dash center, and also a gap dash 2. And right here, let's create a div. Here the, let's say the year, and let's say class, and let's say size dash 5, and let's see zero that is in, and let's say on bed dash 8 also. Next, let's say ing that image. Okay, so for this, I am going to approach the image here by saying data dot image also, and that is cool. Now the next thing we're going to do is let's upload the name by saying this here. Let's clone the tag history, and we are going to it's the image, the name. Okay, so I'll go ahead and output the name here by saying data dot name, and let's give it some classes. So the class we're going to give it, let's make it bold by saying font dash bold and text dash sn, and let's hide it on mobile, and as there's enough space, we're going to display it to block. Also, as you can see, it's not showing the name, but as the space increases, it begins to show the name. All right. So the next thing we're going to do now is to go to the third one, the third column. So here in the third column, we don't have much to do. All we need to do is to output the product name by saying data dot the product. Awesome. Now in the fourth one, here in the fourth one, we need to output the date. So let's say data dot date, and let's go ahead, hide it, and also show it when there's enough space by displaying it to block. Also, now the next one, this particular one, we are going to output the status. All right. So I'm going to create a div. Okay. Let's close the div. So here we're going to output a status. But before we output the status, let's go and determine it. Let's determine the status. All right. by coming up here. So I'm going to say let's just say const status will be equal to if data the status, if it is equal to success, then if it is equal to 0, I mean to say, then we pass in success, right? Sorry, if it is equal to 1, we're going to see success. S, let me leave some space here. So S, if data the status, if it is equal to 0, we are going to pass field here. X requires processing. Processor. Okay, awesome. So this is there. And also we need a styling for our status. So let's say status start. So for this status start, I'm going to say that if status if it is equal to success, if it is exactly equal to success, then we are going to pass this die to it. Let's say text dash grade dash 500, and also gg dash grade dash 500 divided by changing s if status is equal to true. If it is equal to true, then we use test red, and let's say 500 divided by 20 for transparency. Next, if status, we don't really need to say if status anymore. All we just need to do here is to write the style straight. So we're going to say text orange, yeah, divided by 20 for transparency, and that is it. This is it. So what we need to do now is let's come to here, and I'm going to output the status right here. I same status, and let's go ahead and write 7 styles. So py dash 1, and also ex dash 2, and let's say times dash sx, and text dash center, and yes, it is branded dash ONG, and also let's add the status style also. So let's take a look at it, and you see that. Now let's create the last C here. Sorry, let's go it. The new lifestyle is going to rate within it. It's right. Like this class. Yeah. Close the dark. So again, that is a view. Unless they need some class. Say the class is going to be weeks font dash ca node text dash sm. Also, let's keep this class, and we'll like to see key dash 3, and let's see text dash center, and let's see event let's see, sn dash log. Awesome. Now let's take a look at this. Let's see how it looks like. Wow. Let me refresh. Can you see that? Awesome. Here we can select this, select this, select this. Actually, if I try to selecting all, try doing that. That will be our assignment. All right. So that is cool. Now, let's go ahead and create this right bar. And when we are done, it won't be land the dark mode or the night mode there. Imitation. Okay. So that is cool. So let me just show you this. So we started this here. Spell here. And that is cool. So let's come back to our HTML. So here in the HTML, we are going to squeeze, we're going to squeeze this purchase stats, this purchase, and also let's squeeze the column 1, entire column 1. Now we're going to concentrate on the column 2. All right. So let's give this column 2 some class. So we're going to give it the first class is, let's say, B4. And let's say that the pattern button should be 16, EB-16. Let's give it a border color. And let's say RG border dash L dash 2. Okay. Now what we are going to do right now is, so let's create top part. So let's say P-4. And I'm going to see it says dash center, and let's see hidden. And let's say ND on ND, let's say dark block. Awesome. Now let's create size dash square. Let's say rounded dash full. And also let's say overflow dash hidden and dash auto 0. So that it should be at the center. Now let's add the image. It should be asset, then the profile picture. Okay. Now after this, let's create another one. Let's say keyword 1. And let's say key fate 4. And here bash Amaria all over 10. Yeah. And on T4. That's big border, and big border dash primary divided by 30. And also let's go ahead and delete grounded first LG. So within, we are going to write H1. I'm going to delete your area, and let's deal with some class or font dash need bold and text dash sn. Okay. Now let's create another one. Let's say class. We're going to say text dash t widget, and let's say text dash sx, and let's say manager there. Awesome. Yeah. So what we're waiting right now, look at this here. Okay. And let's move on to the start. Okay. Um, we are going to be next with see this. Of course, this is not showing the smaller screen. So that governance in it at the bottom here. All right. So okay, let's come over here. Button. Let's create anchor chart and let's do some class. Or then let's write do beat it. Okay. So the class we're going to do this, let's say QR dash 2 and EX 4 and let's give it a DG primary and also grande dash OG and let's see that's dash white and let's be over BB dash ammo fire let's see fix dash SM and over she checks dash tunnel and let's see anyone dash block and it's not into oh and that is cool. So like that it's that's fresh and then that is cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing we need to do after this is let's come down there. We are going to create docs. Let's say B sorry, let's run this 90 dash 8 and let's say BG dash summary and we're going to use the background color here. So let's come to Tailwind configuration here and let's add comma after the font family and let's see background image. So I'm going to create a background image here and I'm going to call it let's say let's call it BG texture. Okay, so we're going to I'm wrapping it within this code because it has dash here. All right, and then in JavaScript, when it dashes when it dashes in the string, like and you know as it be you have to add first in there. So let's specify the URL of that image. I want to be using a graph is in the assets and it is called bg.gengine. Awesome. Look and see here. The image we want to use around. So let's come back and we're going to see bg dash bg or bg's texture here of the listing was in fact the design. Okay, so our school. So we have added it onto the background. Yet we need to go ahead and let's use another class called BG content. And let's be set center. And also let's be some other UR dash 8 and EX dash 4. And let's delete rounded dash LG. And also let's delete text dash white. Okay, that is awesome. Now, the next one need to be this one over there, and let's create H1. We're going to see both the brand in ground switch. That's the and we are going to be listed last. So text bash XL and then lines dash board and 4D dash 2. Awesome. Now in this video to do spreadsheet key and let's see essential keys separate spell rally of keys see let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do these yes. In the cloud I'm going to do these text dash white. Then let's make this a little bit let's give it a little bit opacity, which opacity, and that's it. So next thing I'm going to be is let's create a button. Let's come over here. Let's copy this budget and it's HTTP. See how it goes. So I'm going to just write you like to say boost group. Yeah. And what I'm going to be here is this. On hover, I'm going to use 70 here. And I'm going to say that it should still be the color of the text. It should be white. Then just remove this. Okay. And also, yes, I think it's accurate this way. Let's go ahead and over. Awesome. Let us remove this. That made sense. So we select. Okay, so we are done with that section. Now let's go to the next section. Okay, so the next section I'm going to create, or let's come over here and let's create something. And let's create a div. Let's say keyword identify button field. And let's create a BBF. Let's give it a class of margin button. See? And within it, let's create H1. And let's see series by country. Saved by country. And I'm going to delete a class of font dash bold and text dash ig. Awesome. Now after this, let us leave it the word cheese car here. If I let me just move this outside and that just say NB see here. Awesome. Now the next thing I'm going to do, we are going to just convert this to maybe it's an ID or map. I want to read that a map within this. But let's do it a class related also. Here, that is good. So we're going to go ahead and render our map within this. Okay. So let's go and render the app. We're going to be using D3.js to render a map that can be interacted with. So let's go to D3, come over here, and you can go to B3.js website. Okay. So you can read about, read the documentation, how to create a map, how to render a map, visualize a map using this library. This is what we're going to need. So let's click on this started. And from here, you can access a bunch of tutorials. All right. So what I'm going to do now is then grab a link to B3.js. So that's a B3.js CDN. Okay. See, let's click on this first one. Now we are going to go ahead and grab this link. Let's click here and we have copied this. So let's come back to our project. So right here, I'm going to paste that link. Now the next thing, we need a plugin, a D3 plugin called, the plugin is called the JSON. All right. The plugin is called JSON. So let's say B3.js, let's say talk to JSON CDN. Here. The CDN, we can get the CDN by clicking right here to get it. Okay, so let's click here. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this JSON link. So let's click here, grab it. Okay, so I'm going to paste it right after this here. Okay, awesome. Now the next library we're going to be making use of is the data maps library. So let's see data map CDN. Okay, so let's click on this. Also, you can read about data map. It helps you to work with D3 easily. All right, it makes you work easier. So we are going to come to here and write. Let's look for data maps.word. Let's look for it. Data map.word. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is the one we're looking for. So we are going to go ahead and copy this data maps.word.in.js and yes is teacher. Awesome. So we are getting a hold to the B3.js and also JSON plugin and also data maps.word. Okay, CDN. Well, I'm getting all the CDN. So let's come back to here, to our project, and now let's begin to render the maps. So let's come to here. We are going to start by defining some colors we're going to be making use of. All right. So let's see. Let's come over here and let's see map. Okay, so let's say let default color. So let's define the default color. Let's use RGB. All right. And we're going to write this without the comma. Okay, so let's say Caesar variant to no comma. And let's divide it by 0.5. Also, yeah.
So we call it active color. And let's use RGB here. So I'm going to use var. And let's go ahead and say primary. And let's divide it by 1. Okay. And let's say let. And let's say highlight. Okay. Let's say highlight color. Okay. Let's just say highlight color over. And we'll define this. So let's say when highlighted, we're going to use primary, but we divide it by 0.5. Okay. And let's select, let's say highlight border color. Okay. So here we're going to say var primary. I will divide it by 0.7. Okay. So that is cool. We have defined the colors we want to make use of. So right now, since we have included data maps to our project, let's say cast, let's say map equal to new data map. And sorry. Okay. And here we're going to pass in, the first thing is the elements. We're going to pass the elements, and the elements will be documents. Let's select the map element. So get element by ID. So we're going to get the map, which we created previously here in our HTML, which is this one. All right. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and add the next configuration. It will be responsive. We are going to pass the value of false. Okay. And let's say fields. We are going to see that the default color will be the default color variable created at the top. So after the fields, let's set the we're going to call it geography config. So the geographic configuration now. Okay. We are going to pass it here. So first, let me set the highlight. Let's say highlight field color. That is the key. And we're going to pass our highlight color over. So let's see highlight color over here. And the next thing, let's pass in the highlight border color. Okay, we just pass in the one we created at the top. Awesome. Now let's pass in the border opacity. Okay, so let's say 0.5. Awesome. Also, if you want to read more about data map, you can come to the browser and you can search for data maps. Data
maps, and you will have this here. Look at the link and datamap.github.io. Right here, you can read documentation and see how it really works. All right, you can, experiment with it. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me come back to our application. So right here, after that, uh let's go ahead and uh let's make sure that everything is working perfectly fine. Okay, so let me take a look at this. So there is an error here. Okay, and geo is not defined. Okay, let me refresh again. Okay, so I think here, let's come back here and let's take a look at this very well. Okay, so right here we need to we have the D3 version we're using is 7.9 point. Okay, right. Let's come back here. And let's go to the D3JS website. Okay, and let's come to this get started. All right, so we're in get started, and let's use okay, D3 version 7. We have the version 7. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. So we're going to reduce the version of this D3 to version 3. So let's come to CDNJS and let's come over here. Let's look for version 3.4. Let's look for version 3.4 here. Okay, so let's see version 3.4 here. So I'm going to select this version 3.4.11. Okay, so it's loading. Okay, so let's make use of this one. Okay, copy it, and let's come over here. Let's remove this one, and let's paste the new one we just copied, which is version 3.4.11, and that is cool. So right now, let's refresh again, and you see the error has gone out and it's rendering right now. So what was the problem is that we are using a version that does not support what we are doing here right now. And as you can see, it renders the map for us correctly, right? Let's make sure we style this very well, our JS code, and let's do the remaining styling. So first thing I want to do is after this, let's go ahead and however, okay, we have this color here. We call it highlight fill color, okay, and highlight border color. All right, then border opacity, and we defined all of that at the top. So this, okay, the color we use 213, okay, awesome. And we have this, okay. Now let's go ahead and okay, okay, I think we are good to go. Let's change this to default view because that's why it's still showing black. So default view will be that active color. So look at it. And this default color, I mean to say not active color, is default color. See selecting, okay. We have 209, we have 213, and 219. Yeah, and that is cool. So now let's come over to here. We have this border color. Okay, let's do something here. Let's update the map with some. Let's update some certain sections and on the map. So let's say update. Let's say Horoplex and outside. So here, for example, let me select NGA. That is the country code for Nigeria. And let's pass in the active color also. Now, let's take a look. Okay. That is making sense right now. It's making sense right now. Okay. Now, the next thing I want us to pass in is okay. Let's go ahead and cash in another country. Let's select other country. Let's say USA, for example, and we pass the active color. Let's add many of those colors. Okay, Mexico, for example, we are going to pass the active color. Also, let's say prime. Let's pass the active color. And this active color, I'm going to just specify all of them. Okay, let's pass the active color. Active color. And also, let's select, let's see, active color here. So I'm just going to be selecting all the countries I need them to have the active color, and I will just add the color I wish to give them. All right. So sorry, this is well also now just use the country code and add the color, active color. The land is add active color. Active color. And let's this. Let's go ahead and say uh vote here blank India, India and China. Let's talk about China. So what about change one of them here? And let's take a look. So look at them. We have given them the active color, and that makes sense. However, this highlights color is not what I really want. So we have high, sorry, okay, experience, that is the problem. High, no tier, awesome. And this is it. So now let's add the color, let's make it configured in such a way that we'll be able to zoom it. So to be able to zoom it, we need to come there. We'll select, we'll say map.svg dot code, and we're going to go ahead and say d3 dot behavior, and we're going to zoom it. I'm going to call it 0, and I want to say on 0 and 0. Let's pass in this callback function here. Okay. So in this callback function, we are going to say map.sdz, okay, dot select all. So we're going to select all the G. All right. And we are going to set an attribute. Okay. So we're going to set transport and give it a value of translate. Okay. So about translating it, we are going to see loss. Okay. What we're going to do here is this. We are going to say d3 dot event dot fast rate. Yeah. So it will now be plus the color, and after that, let's plus the let's say scale. So for this scale, we are going to see min3.event scale, and let's plus this, yeah, and I'm going to pass in this. Cool. Also, now when you see it, so this is what we are right now. Like on here, and let's try to Let me refresh first. So with in the cursor, all right, I can delete using, if I hold on command and use my trackpad, I'll be able to move it, zoom in and zoom out. And that is awesome, guys. That is cool. Okay. Okay. So that is awesome. So we can zoom it and zoom out, can zoom in and zoom out, holding command or control with the cursor. All right. And we can zoom it. Awesome. So now let's go and customize the this tooltip that's coming up. Let's customize it. Okay, so to customize the tooltip, let's come back to here, and we are going to the top of templates. So the pop-up template, we are going to reply this question. Well, let's say geo, and here, let's retire. Let's use backtick, and we're going to create a div. Let's close the div, right? And let's give this the some class name. So we're going to see BG secondary. Okay, and let's give it a border. And also let's say give it a border color. Okay. And let's say the X4 UIs Y. And let's say text does C color. Also, now there's the geo. Yeah. And there's a properties. I'm going to select a properties dot name. Also, now if we follow over this, it's still showing the tooltip, but now this one is now customized, and whenever we change to dark mode, it will also change to dark mode. All right, so let's keep going. If I change the background to, let's say, BG red S 400, and let's check if this is really working. Yes, I think that's the problem there. Oh, sorry, this pop-up template has to be within the graphic template, and that is cool. Okay, so let's come over here. You see it outside. So let's change it back to BG secondary outside. Okay, that is cool. Okay, so we are done with this setup. We are done with it. The setup for this set by country is done. Now we will move to the next part. Okay, let's now go ahead and create the remaining parts. All right, so let's come over here and let's go to our HTML file. So right after this, let's create another box here. So let's say the P-4, and let's give it some other class. Let's say BG-secondary grounded dash LG, and let's go inside, and let's say flex, then let's say justify dash between, and that is cool. And let's put a gif, and let's use history here, and let's see, plus fonts dash semi code, and let's see, text dash LG, and let's should need associate, and that's it here, and we're going to see tutorial sharpen is large. Okay, here, let's go ahead and see class text dash just midget and text dash SR. Awesome. Now let's come over here and see button, and we are going to see class mention dash base and SCP string and rounded dot RG. Okay, let's create an icon within. Okay, and let's see picture usage. Let's see sliders dash vertically as the name of the icon, and let's refresh this. Look at teacher. So after that, let's come out of this, and let's come over here. Let's see BG base, and let's see E4, and let's see rounded dash LG, and also let's give it NT dash bits. Now what we're going to do here is we'll create a canvas, and let's give it an ID of facial dash chat, and also let's give it inline style of weird. Let's say 100%. Also, now let's go to our JavaScript code and let's do this. Let's add the chats using chat.js. So let's come over here, say social chats. Awesome. So here I'm going to create number one. Let's say class. Let's say social data. Okay, so let's say import to plus let's say labels. The labels will be it should be Facebook. Also B2. Let's add Google. Yeah. The next thing I'm going to do, let's create the data. It's 6. Okay, so for the data set, we are going to add level. Let's see, traffic source, or let's say traffic counts. And let's add a digit. So I'm going to see 118 here, and let's see 112, and let's see 2, 3, 6 here. Okay. I'm going to just leave this red. So let's display the background color. So the background color is going to be this. First is for the field book. Let's specify RGB here. And let's see for Facebook leading 591 and 246. Let's see 7.7. Okay, and Next, for you to understand GDAL, RGDL, and we're going to see 141 here for math, 110 for math, and let's see 235, and let's see 0.5 here. Awesome. Lastly, let's describe color of Google, RGDA, and urban 68255 and 206. Also, it says 0.5. Awesome. Now, let's come down here and we'll specify the border width to be 0. Now, let's see, we'll show charts. Okay. Okay. So for the configuration, we are going to achieve that the type is do not. Yeah. And the next, let's see, the data, or the data, okay, sorry, let's not specify the types. We're just passing the what we call the options here. So the first thing in the options, let's say skills. Then the skill, let's just hide let us start the legend result by using plugins, and we are going to see legend, and we're going to display to show, and let's position it left, and let's reverse it. Let's say here. Okay, and that's cool. So now next, then we're going to do is let's say new chat here, and we are going to select, let's say document dot get elements by ID, and we're going to get the social chat, social dash chat. Okay, so we pass it to this here. The next thing is we are going to pass in remember, let's say jar with the nuts, let's say feature, and let's say social feature where also the option will be social chat. Let's just change these two options. Let's change this here. How chance. That is cool. So let's refresh the okay. It's supposed to be showing by now in the full blend barrier. Okay. So we pass the data is supposed to be just the sure data. Okay, so going to this and but look at it. Awesome. We have Facebook and these are the labels. We can hide and show. Awesome. That is cool. So we are done with this chat setup. Okay, so let's come back to our HTML file. So here in the HTML file, we are going to come down after this. Let's come down here and we will add more code. So let's create a place container here, and let's give it some other class name. Let's say items dash center and just one dash between. Also pressing empty identical dash 4. And let's create a paragraph here. Let's say learn about. Well, okay, let's see. Learn more about traffic. Okay, or learn more about traffic. And let's create a button here. I run to the menu. Okay, but then we make it be some class. So the class we're going to say the insert vy dash tool or the text dash bar or the primary also rounded LG and text dash white, and there's add a color research. So let's say BG dash primary divided by 10, and the text color will be color and color over to see text dash primary also. So the last thing we're going to do is let's give it text dash SL and inline dash block outside. So look at it here, and it makes sense, guys. So this is it, and let's expand this. See how it looks like, and it's cool. So the next thing we need to do right now is let's make this work. The switch it to work. So to make it work, let's come to our JavaScript here, and let me write it at the top there. So let's say again. So the first thing we need to do here is we need to select the inputs that we used to make this to toggle from light to dark mode. All right. So let's come over here, and I'm going to let me wrap up the main. Okay, it's within the main. The first color. Let me just wrap up the second color, and let's enter the nav bar. So here in the nav, you have that the theme switch here. So let's give it an ID. Let's give this an ID of switch tail. Okay, so let's copy this ID and let's go to our JavaScript code, and let's say class switch tail will be equal to document dot get element by ID. There's also, so I've gotten that. So let's say cast. Let's create a storage key, and let's say it's equal to 10. Okay. Now we're going to see that if JSON dot flash, let's call it local. Let's go to the local storage. Let's get an item, the storage key, and we're going to see here the documents dot first child, first element child, which is the HTML. So we're going to set an attribute of data save, and we're going to give it the value of that. Okay. As Okay, so this is having the only single one we're losing. Okay, so we're also going to say local storage here, dot set item storage key, and we're going to set JSON dot stringify. I'm going to set to the local storage. I'm also going to say we're going to toggle the switch step to we're going to say shape. We're going to set it to also. Again, now that's we are going to let's just copy this. Let's copy it and let's paste it here. And let's see light here. Okay. Let's change this to false. And let's change this one also to false. Okay. Awesome. So you see it's already switching to dark, but then clicking on this does not change it. So let's add an event listener if we switch here. So let's say let's switch to dot on change. So on change event, we are going to do this. So I want to say it switch to dot check. Okay, it is just checked. And let's copy this. Or let's paste it here. Awesome. And let's return. Okay. But if it is not checked, then we can not check. Let's copy this one. And it's to check. And that is awesome. So let's prepare this. Okay, so you see when it is on, it will be dark mode, but then when it is not on, it will be light mode. And you see that. So there's one more thing we need to do here, and which is to prevent color flashing. So you see, if it is on dark mode and I try to refresh, it will first of all show the light mode before switching back to the dark mode, which is not good experience at all. So that is called color flashing. So to be able to change that, let's come to our HTML file. We need to write the code before we add any JavaScript file to our code. All right, so let's write it at the top here. And this at the top here, no JavaScript file has been added. So the reason why we need to add it before any other JavaScript file will be added is so that it will execute. It will be the first code that will execute. No JavaScript file that need to load from external source should delay it. All right. So let's first of all start by saying style here. And we're going to say HTML. And let's say picture dash chin. If it is equal to light, okay, we are going to give it in background color of let's say RELEB. Okay, then I will just duplicate this, and let's see here if it is equal to dark, then let's change this color. Let's change this color to 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so right here, let's write some JavaScript code that will actually make this thing to happen. So let's say straight, and let's create this function. We want this function to run immediately, run by itself. That's why we're using these two brackets. So we're going to use this exactly the same storage key we use here, because we're fetching this from the local storage. So let's use that here. So we're going to say, let's create a function we're going to be using to set the thing. So let's say set 10. Okay. Let's see that mode here. All right. So we are going to say document docs. Uh, let's say documents element. Let's just say uh first child elements dot set attributes. All right. So data 10, we are going to pass in this value. So we're going to say in that wash is true. We are going to pass that, and make it is not true. Okay, fast light also. Now let's go ahead and make it of the function. So first of all, let me load the browser's default theme. So let's say window dot let's say math media. Let's use refer color skin. And let's say that, yeah. Okay. All right. So now let's say cost. Let's see storage day will be equal to the car storage dot date. Let's pass the storage here. All right. And let's see cost here. Let's see dark mode should be equal to start in. It's starting in there. And we're going to use JSON.pass starting as we're going to use the browser still matches. Okay. And still it passes switch thing here. And we fast that mode. And also let's go ahead and see local storage just the set item storage key, and we will fast the that mode, which can either be true or false. All right. Awesome. So we have prevented color flashing. So right now, as it is on dark mode, if I refresh, it will refresh with dark mode. And that is good. There is nothing like a white color before the dark mode. And that is cool. So look at this. On light mode, it uses light mode to refresh. And on dark mode, it uses dark mode to refresh. Guys, this is the end of this tutorial. And thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And before we go, let's come here and change the colors of this. All right. So we need to change those colors because it's not the same with what you call it. It doesn't depict what we want to, the message you want to part. All right. So for this, let me come to here. These colors here. So let's come over here. It's actually within here. Okay, outside the navbar. Then this one, this statistic. Okay, so this one I'm going to, after the first box, let's come over here to the second box. Let's use just being here. Okay, on the second box. And also on the last box, I'm going to use first green. Also, this is what we actually want. And it's awesome, guys. It makes more sense this way. Okay, so this is it. We have our map here, and it's very interactive. All right, and that is cool. Okay, so Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing or commenting. And without wasting much time, let's go ahead and keep this tutorial in next time. Uh, make sure to watch the next tutorial.